Let's see what I can do. Yeah. Oh, no, I do want to entrust.
Thank you for your contribution.
The limit of cargo that was entrusted to you. So there's cargo entrusted to me? I'd like to try to donate to Online Science. Honey, I want to know where the pavers are. There's one right here. There's also one here. I might try to get a bunch of donations to this one. It looks like it's telling me to go to Lake Knot. So after I donate, I'll go back to Lake Knot. Hold on, let me just make sure I know what I'm supposed to be donating. Crystal, metal, ceramics. This is gonna be very, very heavy. But it's an extremely short trip. And all I'm trying to do is donate this stuff. Oh my gosh, look how tall that stack is. You're gonna tell me to go back?
Excellent work, Sam. You've brought 3 way stations into the fold. The preppers are on the grid and the Cairo network is looking better than ever. We're planning to use a regional distro center as our next way station. But that'll have to wait. Got a priority task here. A mess in need of cleaning up. We need you to recover one of Lake Knot City's system servers. They sent it out for repairs and mules hit the transport on the way back.
It's a mule recovery. Okay.
System we're deploying. Once in place, it will use the network to automate deliveries. To us, it's invaluable. To the mules, it may as well be a toaster. A toaster they'll happily tear apart for the Cairo crystals and rare earth metals inside. If we don't act quickly, we could lose that data. So get your ass to the mule's drop site, snatch the server, and bring it back to Lake Knot City.
Okay.
I'm putting the order in myself. Check your cufflinks for details.
So which mule? Okay, it's this place. Okay then. Just go to this really close paver. I think it's this one that I can see.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
I was gonna go to the private room. but I should be okay. Let me just make sure it is this one, yeah. Here we go. Rebuild. Using all this. Perfect. Big donation. 234 likes and 700 likes. Sizable contribution. That's big. Okay, now to recover. I need retrieval system server. I am gonna try my best to be sneaky. There's that ladder I used before. No. Better not beat me. Okay. Okay, actually they did not beat me. I'm a fan of that. Yeah, my canteen's almost empty. This is pretty bad. I should be able to make it. Okay, I see where I need to donate. I might be able to just strand him. Got him. Oh shoot, that's a truck. It's a whole truck of people. There's a there's a lot of memory chips and mule camps. Oh, that's a lot of them. Whoa. I'll take your stuff. Oh gosh, don't run me over with the truck or something. Okay, there's another bola gun. Let me grab it. Okay, the memory chip is right here. I think there's someone inside. No? Okay. Just gonna grab this. There's like 2 people outside. Smoke grenade? Sure, I'll take it. Oh wait, did I shock the... That's actually crazy if I shocked the... what am I saying? Shocked the truck. I don't know, maybe I somehow got somebody... I wish I could take like one of these ceramics. Oh wait, I'm like way too tall. So never mind. Okay, I recovered it, now I gotta deliver it. I could just run. I don't want to run too much. Otherwise my battery will run out. I'm just gonna do this. I can use my bullet gun if they come close. There's a ton of people. Guess it makes sense, it's a pretty large base. Alright, I should be good now. I think I have a PCC for a generator if I need one. Yeah, you can see some of the roads. Also, I believe roads recharge, or they don't recharge, but they like stabilize your battery. Essentially. Whoa. They're still coming. I don't want to go down the rope. That feels a little dangerous. Okay, should be pretty good now. Is this other mule camp over there? Yeah, the bullet gun is so helpful.
There's gotta be a better way.
Yeah, I'll just take this, I think. Do I have any water left? I have a little bit. It's gonna be a bit dire. Okay. That's a pretty good bridge. Oh yeah, a ton of likes on that. Yeah, so there it says I'm no longer on the power grid because bridges also kind of stabilize it. Yes, I know there's mules, but I need to take this, otherwise I'm gonna run out of battery. Batteries will not be used. I'm just gonna run. This might be really, really bad for my stamina. But I could theoretically just sit down and rest if I really need it. Did I not get another bullet gun? Said I'm too far from bullet gun. I don't know. Oh yeah, it's the exact middle that actually you don't take anything. There's my smoke emitting decoy cargo. Not doing too much. Please get me to the city. I'm almost there. This is a generator here. It's helpful. Honestly, I might try to donate to this generator. This is a really good one. It'll get time fall resistance if we keep it up. I could probably upgrade it to level 3.
Thank you. Kindly.
Where's the urinate button? Catch breath? Sure. I will definitely need to rest.
Alright, time to go.
Oh, change page. There we go.
You gonna whip it out with him just looking right at you? Yeah, like fuck you are. No, I'm not with people around.
Okay then.
Just have to hold it in.
Begin scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until depart. Welcome to Lake Knot City.
Whew.
Proceed to distribution center.
Might want to donate some of my materials.
Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, sure thing.
Hey, Sam.
Hey there.
Decontamination suit. Rest is advised. Footwear condition poor. Replacement is advised.
Alright. I think I'm about to get a lot of likes. Oh. Let's do the memory chips.
Wow, thanks. You did me a real favor there.
Thank you kindly, Sam. I'll treasure it.
Unknown Man's Journal, Part 1.
Thank you for your contribution.
Deliver lost cargo.
Hey, Sam. Good to see you. Guys like you make me proud to be part of Bridges. Thank you, Sam.
That's pretty good. This is to the film director. I never even met the guy yet. Pleased Bridges. There we go.
Until the next delivery, then. Stay safe.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery.
Okay, well, thank you for the donations. I might donate some blood bags. I don't think I need this many. Porter boots, yeah. EX grenade 0. I don't think this is really gonna matter. This one is almost out. Smoke grenade can go. Some of this stuff is starting to get damaged. So I should maybe just replace it anyway. Our skeleton's okay. Medication? Okay, sure. Now I can deliver this to you.
Hey man. Guys like... Thank you.
Good work.
Now I can deliver this.
Welcome, welcome. The Howard man said to expect you. Oh, you've got the server. Here, let me have a look at it. The great deliverer comes through again. The server's in perfect condition. It's a real relief to know all our records are safe. Thank you so much.
Sam,
There we go.
add strike to the list of supplies you can fabricate. Lake Knot said he was kind enough to provide the blueprints as thanks. I'd tell you all about it, but didn't you used to have your own? Same deal. 2 front wheels, 1 rear, battery powered. Fitted with an auto-charging unit that kicks in when not in use. Requires skill to drive over obstacle-strewn terrain. Best suited to long, flat stretches, yada yada yada. We're working on securing you another vehicle, so you can look forward to that too.
And this is long range Higgs particles.
Thanks, Sam. With that data, we can finally move forward with our plans for the new automated delivery system. I'll tell the boys to start testing the bots right away. And you'll need to take it to the distro center south of Lake Knot City. Check the delivery terminal whenever you're up for more work.
The preppers had some things to say about Fragile. You sure we can trust her?
That business with Higgs, thought I told you she hates him with a passion. Enemy of my enemy as far as I'm concerned. Don't take my word for it, though. Just ask her and judge for yourself. I'd like it or not, we need her help.
Sam, it's Fragile. I hear you brought 3 preppers into the network and delivered everything they needed. That's some good work.
Long as we're shooting the shit. You mind telling me what the deal is with you and Higgs?
Been hearing stories, huh? I'll tell you all about it. In person. Meet me at the distro center, south of Lake Knot. You're headed there anyway, right?
Good work. New order available. Please access
Okay, so now we're gonna have to make a delivery down to the distro center.
terminal.
And then she'll tell us the story. People just keep donating to the roads. I love to see it. I could maybe stop by the engine. Oh my gosh, look at the roads. How I did not realize this would happen that fast. That's crazy.
Sam, a lot of clients are requesting you by name. Now, while there are orders we need you to accept, which are critical to the expansion of the chiral network, there are others that you can take or leave at your discretion. It goes without saying, though, that it's in everyone's best interest for you to do as much as you
Fresh
can.
pizza delivery,
More work
urgent.
means more rewards.
Okay. That's funny. Yeah, so here's the distro center. Thankfully, I can actually... I might take a bike, to be honest. Because we have the road built a lot of the way. I was about to say, like... Okay, I'll take, materials to upgrade the pavers, but... They are now... like, really on their way. Holy moly. Oh wait, that's just the watchtower. Okay, this is the next one. This road pretty much goes entirely down to the bottom of the map. And then if I remember correctly, I think there's also a road all the way this way. That's crazy. Let me check out the mail. You've got to go the extra mile. Miscellaneous braid is the most important part. Good miscellaneous grade will get you more likes. Why join the UCA? Oh yeah, you sent me likes. Humble request for pizza. I am Peter Englert. My request is of great import that I dare entrust it only to the man who delivers. There's only one thing that might restore the color to her cheeks. Pizza. Oh, that's funny. She is something of a ham lover. That's funny. Okay, I need to go to the private room. Okay, that feels good. That was long overdue.
Good morning, Sam. Blood collection complete. Thank you for your generosity.
I might spend the rest of this recording just kind of catching up with mail and everything. Oh yeah, you can see there's more stuff here. Oh yeah, there's nightmares and memories. Revisit nightmare battles. That's actually crazy. There's ranked nightmares. Huh. You will start them without any cargo, on-site procurement basically. So I can redo the Port Knot City boss fight. That's actually really cool. And then there's the smaller one I ran into. That's actually really cool. It's a new feature for this edition of the game. Time to drink. And get that boost. Huh. Let's take a shower. You look beat up.
EX grenade number 0.
If I remember correctly, there is a rare jump scare that can happen when you're in the shower.
EX grenade number 1.
Ride with Norman Reedus, AMC. I don't know, the toilet ads are funny. I don't need to fragile jump. Here I can finally see some weapons I've gotten. There's the bowler gun. And there's the grenades. Smoke grenades are not ready. Yeah, I don't think I can develop those yet.
Hey there. You okay?
Yeah, purple good. Let's activate the terminal. New mail. Commencement of Evo Devo unit testing. Project holograms. Utilize chiral connections to reconstruct past data. Cool. Mules, heroes or villains? Blah blah blah. You can fabricate stuff anywhere. I'm gonna ask you to test them out for me sometime. With you maybe having to go up against mules and what other crazies are out there. But if you do have to throw down, remember that mules used to be just like you. They started out as smugglers, whatever. I told out a few of those hematic grenades you brought me to some porters. If they work as advertised, then our people might just be able to stand up to BTs if necessary. Yeah, that's pretty significant. And what have we get? We got a mass-produced motorcycle. In the world of Death Stranding, all motors are electrical. Here's an unknown man's journal. Secret confessions of a certain someone. Okay. Get ready to read. Higgs particles. Higgs Monaghan? Why, yes, I know the name. The former leader of a private courier organization which serviced a large region in the West and was instrumental in providing continued support to the people living there. But as we were so far apart, Burgess struggled to maintain any measure of influence over their operations. It probably didn't help that the separatist movement has always enjoyed strong support in that territory. In the wake of growing violence by the demons, we were shocked to learn that Higgs himself was at their head. What to make of this strange development? Why on earth would a man who once commanded a group devoted to American Reconstructionism suddenly pledge himself to the cause of human destruction? His name only compounds the insult. Have you heard of the Higgs particle, also known as the God particle? It is associated with the Higgs field, that which gives all the other particles their mass. Without it, atoms would fly apart and matter would not exist as we know it. In other words, its very presence prevents mindless destruction. Cosmic irony indeed. The chiral network. This is from Mama. So the core infrastructure is complete. The basic Cupid-ready chiral network setup is good to go. Now all we have to do is connect Central Knot City to Capital and prove that it actually works. Sadly, I won't be here to see it. I've been assigned with the second group, so I'll be heading west. But the people in charge here are the best of the best. They'll have the network operational inside of 3 years, just as planned, and I'm sure of it. And while they're seeing to that, we'll be visiting towns and whatnot across the country and putting the facilities in place for when things are finally up and running. Amelie and the others in the lead group will be forging the connections and laying the groundwork to make sure everything goes to plan. Afterwards, we'll just have to link it up with Cupids, and that should be that. Heh, it's kind of like the Apollo missions back in the day. They used a 3-stage rocket to get to the moon, right? Well, we're using a 3-stage process to do something almost as revolutionary. Nerd emoji. In a way, the chiral network makes use of the beach to allow us to travel through time. See, sending large amounts of data takes large amounts of time, but the thing about beaches is, well, time doesn't pass the way in them as it does out here. Might not even pass at all. Think about how light from the stars in the sky we see was produced thousands upon and thousands of years ago. Routing data through the beach is like jumping to a point earlier in that story, in that journey, thereby cutting it shorter, much shorter. Just imagine massive amounts of data transferred almost instantaneously. That's what we're trying to achieve with the chiral network in a nutshell. In theory, the network allows us to reconstruct old data that would otherwise be lost, and to do so with fragmented resources. Using what's known as Evo-Devo analysis, we could take the finger bone of a dinosaur, say, and extrapolate from that not only the dinosaur's form, but its composition, internal, external, even its thought processes to a good degree. Anything's possible with chiral computing. In other words, we won't just be able to reunite a nation, we'll be able to reclaim everything we lost in Death Stranding. We could go far back as the birth of the planet and beyond. Reduce the processing time for even the most complex analyses to effectively 0. It's insane. This is feeling like some MGS2 thing. Like, what are the societal implications of this? Now, he's not really going that angle with this story. It's more just like, I don't know. Cool, imagine what you could do with it. But I could see this maybe leading into sequel ideas. But we'll see. Preppers were people who decided long ago that they couldn't trust their nation to be there for them anymore, that the bonds between us had grown weak, long before the Death Stranding. We once had a network spanning the whole wide world, but still we were isolated, still we were alone. Some liked it that way and even wanted more. They wanted walls along their borders, wanting to turn away refugees and outsiders. Some even wanted new nations all their own. They began to see the state as an enemy of their freedom, not the protector of it. The ones most far gone, they didn't trust the country to defend them if something went really wrong. War, terrorism, natural disaster, you name it. So they built shelters and stocked full of supplies in preparation for the worst. And then the worst happened. The Death Stranding. America ceased to exist, and their shelters became their homes, where they would live and they would die. But while they'd prepared, they hadn't prepared to live there forever, which is why they wound up relying on us couriers so heavily. My father and I didn't want to go back to the old America. We didn't want a country that pushed people apart. We wanted one that brought them together, that allowed them to support one another, and that was what we tried to work toward. That's a good one. We call these bugs cryptobiotes. They were recorded in reference books and databases back before the Death Stranding, but nobody ever thought to give them a proper classification. So cryptobiotes, they stayed. They're named for the process of cryptobiosis, which means hidden life. When environmental conditions get too harsh or resources too scarce, they can shut down their metabolic processes and enter an almost death-like state in order to survive. Tardigrades and sleeping chironomids are capable of this too, but cryptobiotes are on a whole nother level. Yeah, I know that there's the whole thing about tardigrades can literally survive in space because they just kind of go into sleep mode. They can survive anything, even on the beach or the sea, and they aren't capable of prolonging only their own lives. Humans who eat them acquire a limited resistance to timefall too. You won't find them lying around just anywhere there. Ugh. You need to know where to look. Willing to bet they play an important role in helping us understand the beach, the Death Stranding, and everything else. 2 years ago, distribution center west of Capital Knot. It's been about a year now since we came here with the rear guard. The first folks did us the favor by setting up the relay. We don't know what's going on in Central Capital. Something doesn't feel right. A lot of guys have developed some kind of agoraphobia, like the thought alone of going outside scares the bleep out of them. See, the distro centers and way stations around these parts here aren't like the ones back east. They're much more isolated. You often have to do the work of two guys. Is it just me? Does it feel like there's more mules out there these days? No, they're not out to get us. All they want is our cargo, right? But they're not making our work any easier. Not much we can do. Okay, timefall and power failures. I volunteered to join Bridges, joined up with my brother Victor. We still had planes and satellites, the world was different, bigger, and we wanted it back. He was chosen for the first expedition and hit the road damn near straight away. Me, I got told to hang back here in Central. Course disposal means taking your fair share of timefall in the line of duty. You get a sense for it after a while, a sixth sense for when the clouds are about to open up. Of course, the clouds themselves are a big tell, and an inverse rainbow is a guarantee that you're in for some stuff. But there are smaller signs too, changes in the air, a smell in the wind. When it hits, you've got power outages to deal with. As far as I understand, which it ain't all that far, it's to do with high concentrations of chiralium causing electromagnetic interference or something, which also interacts with water and kicks up clouds of ozone, which then makes the temperature drop like a rock. Anyway, I may be used to timefall, but that don't mean I'm immune to it. Believe me, I'm younger than I look. The lake at Ground Zero. Back when I was still living with my parents and my brother on the East Coast, an explosion tore a gaping hole in the heart of America. There had been other explosions the world over. By the time we learned that they were void outs and what void outs were, the country was pretty much done. But hey, that was then and this is now. Things are looking up. I just got told my kid brother's still alive. Word is he's heading up a corpse disposal team in Capital Knot. 3 more years and he'll be out here with me. Can't wait to see him again. It's an interview with the engineer. I'm not completely cut off with the outside world. We holed up in the shelter, had a kid. We lived off Fragile Express, delivered. They told me tales about the good old days. Couldn't see how country long gone was of any concern. If Fragile Express was happy to keep bringing us stuff, we didn't need anybody else, and we certainly didn't need America, whatever that even was. But then one day, I was looking at a part for this machine my dad put together. He was an engineer too, and I noticed something. It said, "Made in the USA." Got me to thinking that America might not exist anymore, but the stuff Americans build is still around. You could say the old country lives on in its works, kind of like how my folks live on in me. They died a while back. Anyway, if they were American, I guess that makes me American too. And maybe this shelter a part of it all. Oops. Terrorists posing as couriers. We'll have another disaster on our hands at this rate. But it's not like we can just cut them off. We need Fragile's people to keep on doing what they're doing. We rely on those guys a lot. I hear they're transporting weapons now. Why they'd be so stupid, I can't imagine. Spreading stuff around that kills in a world where the dead are taking BT bombs? Sure, terrorists are a threat and mules are a royal pain in the ass. But what genius figured escalation was the way to go when we all know where it leads? We need weapons, no tools, that can take down the bad guys without killing them. And we need the hardware in circulation gone yesterday. Can't keep folks from dying in accidents or getting sick. But the deaths we can put off, we ought to. Violence isn't just ugly, it's damn near suicidal in this day and age. Which is why I'm looking to make a bunch of less than lethal gear in the hopes that it'll prevent a few idiots from getting themselves and others killed. I do like that. I mean, I think Kojima's definitely sort of a pacifist. But I like that there is an actual reason. There's a net gain reason for keeping people alive. Okay, unknown journal. I made a delivery to a shelter near Middle Knot. It was my longest trip, a new personal best. Kids without parents need to eat too. It's not like I had any skills. 2 arms, 2 legs, whole lot of grit. The more deliveries I make, the more orders I get. Never a porter around when you need one, so as long as you don't bleep too badly, someone ought to throw you a bone. Helps that you get a 6 cents for BTs too. Pretty rare that. It's probably one of the reasons why I get so much work. So that must be the dooms. Sometimes people praise me, tell me I'm doing society service. Can't say that factors into it. I'd sooner keep to myself, but I've got to survive somehow. Another prepper's kicked the bucket. Went to deliver his medicine, but I guess I was late. He wasn't just dead, but on the verge of going necro. Wasn't no time to take him to an incinerator, so I had to dump him in nearby BT territory. Better than leaving him to pop, since my own shelter's close by. Gotta look out for number 1. When I dumped him though, just before he popped it, it was like I could feel the BTs reacting to the corpse. Saw the beach too. Strangest thing, but I'd felt it before, when I first disposed of someone. The sensation was stronger, no doubt about it. Don't know if this means I've got dooms, but I'm starting to think there's something special about me. BT sensing abilities. I started making runs out of necessity, but that's all changed. I'm an altruist now. I live to help other people. Preppers around these parts rely on me. They wouldn't last 5 minutes without me. What would my daddy say if he could see me now? He taught me man's his own keeper, but here I am, part of a community. Daddy always told me that the wide, wide world was dangerous. We had to stay in our shelter, spend our whole life there. Community's what it's all about. I could see this same story happening to a lot of people, like doing something to survive and then it actually gives you purpose ultimately. A buddy of mine died today. He called me, the line went dead. I saw the void out from here. Nearly blinded me. There's not many of us porters left these days. Not many you could trust to get the jobs done. I can still manage sometimes, but my power's getting weaker. I can feel it. I just wish I knew what to do. Unknown Man's Journal. I think I know who that's supposed to be. So yeah, that was a lot of time spent. And I get a bunch of craftsman likes. So yeah, I think I will call it here. Pick it up next time. And we will head to the distro center.